Hello, hello, and welcome to the Lotus 79 at Nordschleife. Whew. This is a great combination. It is a lot of fun to drive. We are car number 18 in this 22 car field. Kenduchi is car number 2. Where's he starting? He is starting P4. We have missed the start because we didn't want to start around the corner. It's kind of a short little pit start there. But we do have 3 other cars in the pits as well. So let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. And somebody almost hit me back there. Now they're just not even coming out, are they? Alright. But this track is all about safety. So let's see what happens. We just want to be safe. 8-lap race. We could have taken the start, but we chose not to. Because things have been known to happen. Oh boy. And this is what I was worried about. That so many people were in the pits. That I would be racing with people in the pits anyway. So it didn't seem to help us, and it probably hurt us. Oh boy. Let's be scared. Little gentle lift. And I'm very concerned coming up on this guy because I really don't want to pass him. But he's really going slowly. So I'm worried. And he's letting me by. Okay, good. Cheers, Mark. But now he's behind me, and I really didn't want that either. Because now I'll feel pressure to go faster. And the last thing you want. Noops. Didn't want to go down to first gear there. Darn it. Okay, we got a couple seconds on Mark, so that should be okay, I think. He seemed pretty concerned about safety as well. So I don't think he'll be pressuring me in this section. Even if he does come up, he will slow down. Because this downhill part here is not where you want anybody to try to get by or pressure you into making a mistake or to go faster than you can. Okay, yeah, we're pulling away from those behind. Hey, I don't want to keep going down to first gear, and I keep doing it. Come on, Spear. Ooh, there's the guy who started in second, is now down in not second. That's the problem with these Nordschleife races, is that qualifying is separate, and a lot of the fast guys do not qualify, and some of these slow guys do qualify. So you'll often find slow, new drivers at the front of the field. And it can cause a lot of trouble. Yeah, see, Stefan his car is broken. I'm going to be coming up on him very quickly, it appears. Maybe he's not broken. Maybe he just had another moment. But yeah, so he's had some problems. And it's just because most people don't qualify. So if you do qualify, you'll be right at the front. Which, of course, you don't want to be a new guy, an unsure guy right in the front of the field. Let's take it easy. Okay, so Mark, we're pulling away from Mark, but Gary actually appears to be the fastest guy behind me. looks like he's actually going faster than I am. I wasn't sure if I should start in the pits like that or not. Hindsight, I'd say I probably shouldn't have. There's one guy dropped out. But I had 4 guys behind me on the grid, and I wasn't sure who they were. They're not regular drivers. Mark is a semi-regular. Well, he's I've seen him before in this series, but he's not like one of the big names. So, you know, I was like, I don't know who these guys are. I don't know how they drive, and we're at the back. And oftentimes things happen at the back. So I was just like, no. Oh, here comes Ingo. Ingo.
One is coming back pretty quick right now. I don't know what's wrong with him.
They're moving. Okay. And Stefan. Ingo and Stefan. So we had to really slow down there, so we probably lost more time to Gary. But yeah, people are disconnecting a lot now. But I was like, you know, I don't know who these guys are, and I don't want to be at the back of the grid going into T1 with guys I'm not sure about. So better safe than sorry, because this is a long race. Lots of chances for anything to happen later, so. Alright, so Gary is definitely catching us at this stage. I have no idea what place we're in. Once we pass start finish, we'll get a better look at it. But the way it kind of works, if you tow when you're in front of the line, we might not be in our, like it might say a position, but we might actually be a little further ahead. There's another guy in the pits, so. Okay, so it looked like in the pits. Jesus, what did I just stop there? I was not expecting that. The wheel started shaking, and I was like, what is going on? So we started pretty much last in the pits there. We passed a couple guys leaving the pits. And now we're 14th. Alright. So plenty of time to go. And we know Adnan. You've seen Adnan a lot in these races. I'm often with him. So he's 15 seconds ahead. They're all, a couple of them 15 seconds, so let's see if we can make up some of that time. I doubt it. Gary is really closing in on us. What to do about Gary? What's going on with my brakes? My brakes feel okay, but for some reason I feel like they're working too well. I'm locking up a little bit too much. I don't know why that is. Why would he hit me? See, You see exactly why I didn't want anybody behind me? I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. I didn't want him behind me. And his very first opportunity, he comes right into me. Jeez. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, so anytime you see me just letting people by, that's why. Because no matter what, no matter you say, well, you were too slow in the corner. I'm like, well, he saw he was gaining on me hand over fist. If you're gaining over somebody hand over fist going into a slow corner, I bet they're going to be slower than you. Because they're slower than you the whole lap. I try explaining this to people that, you know, you do have to think about the other driver. The other driver isn't going to drive like you're driving. The other driver isn't going to drive potentially how you think they should drive. You know, you gotta look at them and see how they're driving. And he gained 6 seconds on me, so he knew I was going slowly. Ugh. But all right. Hopefully we didn't get too much damage from that off. We feel okay. We might have some wing damage when we went onto the curbs. Maybe some floor damage, but nothing I can tell right now. Alrighty. Woo! So except for that part where we were punted, I think we got good pace with Adnan. He's now 20 seconds up, but that's 5 seconds we lost getting punted and getting back on. Well, I don't know if we lost that much, but we're not that too far behind him. Mark is, I don't know what happened to him, a minute 10 back. That's crazy. We passed him last lap. He must have pitted for some reason. I love this part. It's a little bit better in the Pro Mazda because the Pro Mazda will stick. It'll stick more. Has better, you know, it'll go exactly where I tell it to. Lotus 79 is a little more slidey, harder to control. But yeah, Gary started from the pits, caught up with somebody, and punted them. Thank you. Whew, all right. Todd Broker. See, I don't know Todd Broker either. Adnan and Breadbunner. Those are the guys I know. Well, I've raced with before. Adnan, he's in pretty much all the weekend races. Adnan. Well, you can pronounce it different ways, I guess. All right, 2 down, 6 to go. Barry West from P1 has towed into the pits. Yikes.
6 minutes 41.681.
Oh, man, come on. Where does that put Rob? Rob was P4 at the start, and if P1 has gone into the pits, that is probably good for Rob, unless, of course, P1 was right in front of him at the time, in which case that can really damage you when the guy in front goes off. Let's hope Rob's okay. The car does feel a little bit weird, but it's been feeling weird from the start. I didn't check the temperature, unfortunately. I'm a little worried about that. But Kenducci and I were talking, you know, about what kinds of speeds we should be trying to get. Barry's disconnected. So I've left the speed speedometer up on screen, just so I can make sure we're getting the right speeds. Usually that's on another screen. Nope. Dang it. I'm not happy with how I'm taking these turns. Not happy. Now there were what were there, 44 signed up for this race, so it split. Boy, Nordschleife brings them all in. I'm surprised they don't run this more often. I mean, there should just be some... I mean, they do kind of do that. They rank the tracks, and they have certain ones that they run more often, and this is one of the runs they run more often. But, I mean, it's part of a group of ones they run. There are like 3 groups, high, medium, and low, and there should be more than 3 groups. This should be once or twice yearly. I should do this a lot. P6 in the pits. I can't always glance at my relatives, so I might be missing somebody, but like we said, this is a race of attrition. It keeps... Yeah, it's... Something's going on with the brakes. And I can't figure out why. Sometimes it was fine, sometimes it... not. So, concerning. Alright, so Adnan and Gary have... Well, they're together. Let's see what happens there. Gary's made up the 20 seconds in a couple laps, so he's definitely faster. Adnan is known to defend, make it difficult. It might just be that I'm cold. I'm very cold here today. I was very hot earlier, so I took off my, I don't know what you'd call it, some kind of sweatshirt type thing. I took that off, and now I'm much too cold. My toes are freezing too. So looks like Gary got by Adnan. Ooh. All right, so it says last time by, Rob was P3.
We're going to pit probably in the next 4 to 5 laps.
No, we're not going to pit. I promise you that. So I'm guessing Rob is still P3, so pretty good. He's kind of behind P1 and P2, but he's got a good... Oh, he's all by himself. 15 seconds ahead, 15 seconds behind, so Rob is having a lonely race. So he's seeing about the same number of cars I am. Like I said, this is mostly about, you know, racing the track.
Minutes 35.412. 5 laps to go right now.
All right. 5 laps to go. Gary, oh my, it looks like everybody had to slow down a lot in front of me. Something happened. Yeah, Todd was in front of Gary, and I'm going to guess Gary and Todd got into it. Or Todd, yeah, Todd was in front of Gary, who's in front of Adnan, and then all of a sudden Todd falls back, Gary falls back, Adnan falls back. I think we know why. Whoosh. Go, go, go. So now those guys are damaged. So let's see what happens. Speedman. Well, that's a good name for a driver. Not again. I don't know what happened. All in practice, in the practice race, I was doing much better there, but now it's just not working for me. I don't get it. And our lap times are much slower. Of course, we have talked before about how weather plays an important factor, but I think it just might be me. Because, man, I don't like seeing the yellows popping up like that. I think it just might be me, because I am not comfortable. Cold and clammy. You know, when you're not comfortable, you can't. It just doesn't feel right. Surprising number of people are still in this race. I mean, it appears there's been quite a bit of argy-bargy ahead. But people have survived. Why am I in third? But we were car number 18, which is pretty low in this split. 18 out of 22. We need some good results to get our car number, a better car number. Oh. Man, that corner, that hill, it's kind of a corner and a hill. That gets me because you're going so fast, and the Lotus 79 is not one just to. Ugh. I mean, in the Pro Mazda, that's all flat through there. It's amazing, but it's just so scary. It's so scary in the 79. Alright, so there's Todd. What's he gonna do? There is a chance that Todd will pit. Maybe not a good chance, but he's clearly been damaged. Clearly having issues. He might pit. P9's in the pit. Should he pit? Probably not. But will he pit? Maybe. No, and he's... Wow, he's slower than me through that part. Alright, so the standings show Rob gaining on P2. 12 seconds behind P2. That's good. I probably shouldn't be looking at the standings during that twisty bit. That was pretty not smart of me. Focus spear. Whoa. Boy, it's just... Nope. Oh, P7 in the pits. Things are happening. I'm really hoping Todd doesn't have a moment because, knock on wood, it's not entirely possible for me to slow down and steer around him if he's in the middle of the track. So, you know, what do you root for? If he has a moment, is very potentially... What is that? Potentially life-threatening for me. But I do want to get the position. Yeah, I'm very worried about catching up to him. There's plenty of time. We're only halfway through. So he seems to have good straight line speed. I'm not catching him at all here. Which is actually kind of bad because safest way to get by him would be on a straight. And if I can't catch him in a straight. But maybe he'll do what Mark did earlier and just pull over and let me pass. That would be extra nice. Unlikely, but extra nice. Oops. Spear's getting worried. I'm quiet there because I'm thinking, all right, what's going to happen? Where am I going to catch him? What am I going to do? I'm picturing moments, thinking about moments in my head, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm worried. I suppose I should be more aggressive and not be worried. I should be excited about the opportunity to get him. I'm kind of worried about pushing too hard to try to get him and things happening. Plenty of time left. Yeah, see, I can't get him at all on the straight. So if I can catch him in the turns and just stay close to him in the turns, and then draft him on the straight. Ideally, I'd want some faster lap times, but I'm losing it a lot under braking. Either locking up tires or sliding, or it's just not feeling right. Alright, 3 to go. Laps 6, 7, and 8. We're getting a little faster over that double right-hander each lap. Can't take it flat when you're full, but later on the tires are warm, you got less fuel, it'll be flat. 2 seconds. You see, the problem is also when I get by him, if I get by him, then he'll be right on me. Do I want him right on me? No. Don't overdrive, Spear. I'm more likely to underdrive and cause myself problems. Ooh, oh, oh. Gary continues to pull away from Adnan. I'd kind of hoped there would be another P7 would be closer, but oh well. Can't always get what you want. We are getting closer. You can see it visually. Oh boy. Now this is a tricky situation.
2 to go.
2 to go next time by. Daniel Banker, he was ahead of us. Oh. Come on, Sphere. I just need to keep my foot in it, but I'm like, ah! Oh no. Why wasn't I closer? What's he doing? Get off the grass!
We're gonna pit next.
Stefan has come out of the pits. I don't think I have enough to get him. I should have been closer. Still got 2 to go after this, so. Opportunities will present themselves.
Keep going.
Okay. Well,
Clear.
opportunity came.
6 minutes 35.088.
I mean, I can't see if they say he was doing laps. He may have been injured and had a flag from the his contact earlier and had to pit then, because you can't go the whole race with it. You can only do 3 laps.
Leader pit road.
Leader pit road. He had to tow. That's another freebie for me. What's going on here? All right. Well, now that puts Rob in P2, 20 seconds behind the leader. Oh, that'd be great to see Caducci win another one of these races. He's leading the Division 3 standings. That's crazy. I think he's like in the top 10 overall in Lotus 79. He's been doing really well this season. Okay, so Todd just had to go in and out, so I don't know. I don't know what that was about. He may have, with such a short pit stop, maybe he just had fuel. Maybe he didn't fuel enough. Maybe he, I don't know. Maybe he just thought, you know, that spear's gonna wreck me. Oh no. That is not how you take the corner. I can't. I think it's because I'm cold. My arms are like really cold. I barely feel my toes. I mean, they're so cold sometimes it hurts to brake. So yeah. Actually, remember that is my braking problem. I don't know why it's so cold in there. I really don't know why it's so cold in there, because it's not particularly... It's no colder outside than it normally is. I mean, it's cold, don't get me wrong. I believe there's snow on the ground. Oh, come on. That was terrible. That section was terrible. I'm lucky I survived it. Sometimes you just gotta cool your jets. Well, I do. When you're fighting for the win, fighting up at the top, you don't have time to cool your jets. But back here, get time to relax and just make sure you're safe. Just survive. Next time by is the white flag lap. We're going to need some help to, well, see what happens. You see, I could probably be doing that flat now. And that. But that would entail moving my arms a lot. This is so much fun to drive, though. Open wheelers on the Nordschleife. Oh, fantastic. Formula 3, the Formula 3 series was supposed to be here this season. I think I've talked about that before, but they thought the car might get damaged. And we had a practice race and they didn't get damaged at all. It's just crazy talk. So hopefully it'll be on there next season. Although Formula 3, that's a pretty dangerous series. Some of those drivers are But yeah, but they're very short races too. I hope they lengthen the races. Because a track like this, it needs to be longer than those little sprint races. I don't want to race just some 3-lap race. That's not a race. Oh. Okay, so I seem to be catching the guy ahead, falling and pulling away from the guy behind, but not enough with only 1 lap to go. And I don't know how risky I want to take things. There's no point in taking unnecessary risks if there's no reward. You know, it's a risk-reward thing, and you try to get something. You say, well, okay, if I do this, something bad might happen, but something good might happen. But if I push too much, I don't know if I'm going to make up 15 seconds to get the next position. But you never know. That's the thing, you never know. I mean, if he spins and loses 14 seconds, I need to be there. Dang it. Okay, so we're 8th, but I'm not particularly happy with the result or how it's gone so far. I feel I've been very inconsistent this race. I don't think I'm taking the corners in the same way. I think I'm not actually doing a really good job on this. I feel like I was doing much better in the practice race we had. But this is just the first of many. I'm going to be doing as many of these as we can. See how we do on all of them. It's so much fun to drive. Wouldn't pass these up. Sadly, there were already like 3 or 4 of them this week, but they were all European times while I was working. Oh man, come on. I gotta get on the brakes more. I don't want to get on the brakes too much. I'm not getting on the brakes enough. After 8 laps, I think I should have it. Alright. White flag, we'll just bring it home from here. I'm not making any inroads on anybody. Mark has disappeared off my relative from P11, I guess now. I think he's still back there, but he was like 3 minutes back. But I think he's still running. Well, I don't know. You'd be able to tell more than I would. I can't see the standings, so I can't see if he's towed or anything. But I think he's still driving. Nope. And now I see he has towed. Sorry, Mark. That's tough luck. Well, that is tough luck. You get almost to the end, and then you got a tow on the last lap. Or maybe he didn't even tow. Maybe he just drove into the pits. He might have just driven into the pits. That's a tough break. But, I mean, this is a decent result. Right now, P8. You can't be disappointed. Start 18th and be car 18 and finish P8. It's a good solid result, but just the way I've driven, I think I could have done. Yeah, see, I think I could have done much better. Should have left the sweatshirt on. Should find some way to get my toes warmer. Should try to stay in the right gear more. Figure out my brake. Oh, I got a long list of things I should be doing. But yeah, and when I watch those driver advice videos on YouTube, I hear what they tell me to do. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. There's Anthony, P4. Anthony Obrota. He, remember us driving the Nissan GTP in the Camel series? He painted that Porsche paint we were using. Oh, Mark had to disconnect. That's tough. That was no good at all.
What happened, Earl? Could you see?
Yeah, I could see. I was looking at the relative instead of the corner. Yeah, we're in trouble. Somehow we don't have a flag telling us to pit. But this thing, I'm a little worried. I'm staying in the middle because I want some extra space in case I start drifting or turn suddenly. I do not feel comfortable. Yeah, my steering wheel is way off. The angle is odd. I pulled a Rob. Yeah, see? That's what I was looking at. That we're going to finish P7. I was like, wait a second. I was trying to figure out how I'm getting P7. And yeah, it made me think and look instead of drive. Woof! Kenduchi P2, Spear P7. That's the checkered flag.
That was a great job, fellas.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, look at the car. Look at the front there. Look at that. The suspension is a little bit, not there anymore. Whoops. Good thing they don't have the new damage model on these, or I'd be still stuck in the fence. Great. Thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, that was a lot of fun. We're going to have more of these, so catch all the races I do this weekend. They'll all be uploaded to YouTube. Check them out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and the like button. Cheers.